Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to the last weekly study vlog of the year. I don't even know what day we are. We are Monday the 16th of December. It's crazy. And it is 9:30 a.m. And before I go to the cafe this morning to go and read my book, my non-fiction book, なぜ働いていると本が読めなくなるのか, I want to continue reading this morning, but before I go, I'm gonna make my study list for this week, my study goals list. So in fact, I already completed my December goals. We'll talk about that in my December study recap video. For this week, so week 51, I think I'm just gonna be doing some recaps, in fact, for both my language learning for Japanese and Chinese for this year, and then for my linguistics. Linguistics, I actually started the recap last week, and I'm already like quite advanced with it. So I just need to like finish it up, like finish the recap of everything I have studied in linguistics this year. Really, this week is going to be focusing on that because basically I have no more study resources to go through for Japanese because I finished my last one for this year last week. And for Chinese, I do have still my HSK3 textbook to go through, but I don't want to do that now. I'll resume my studying with it next year. So I'm just going to write my list down now and I'll show you. Right, so here we go for what's going to be probably my last study week of the year, because next week I really want to take a break from studying. For Japanese, I'm going to be focusing on doing my recap for 2024, so everything I have studied this year. I'm going to be doing some reading immersion. I have one non-fiction book and one fiction book to finish before the end of the year. Actually, two fiction books. I'm also going to be continuing my listening immersion practice, which is a weekly habit. For Chinese, I'm also going to do my recap for this year, but this time in more detail than what I told you in my Chinese study recap video, which I think which came up on the channel like 2 weeks ago. So really this time in more details regarding what I actually studied, like, you know, the grammar points, the vocab words, all of that. Then I'm gonna be doing some reading immersion on the Chinese since I finished my book. I finished my first book read in Chinese last week. I'm reading the Mulan story on the Chinese at the moment, and then I'm gonna do some listening practice. And finally, for my linguistics studying, this week I'm gonna be focusing on really finishing my big recap of everything I have covered in linguistics this year since I started in September. And then I'm also going to be reading a few research papers because I have a bunch of research papers that I really need to go through like quite quickly. So I'm going to be focusing on that. In fact, starting today because it's quite urgent. So that's everything for this week. As you can see, it's really light. And I think it's really going to be, enough for this week. It's going to keep me busy for this last week of studying, so right before Christmas. All right, guys, so that's the plan for this week, and now let's execute it. Let's go to the cafe. So as you guys would have gathered, this week is going to be a bit special because work-wise it's going to be quite an unusual week since we're approaching the end of the year and 2 out of 3 of my freelance activities are also on break for me. So for work this week I will only have my normal YouTube activities going on. So this is why this week I will mainly be focusing on my reading, personal studying and research activities. Hi guys, good afternoon. I am under the kotatsu at my place right now, so I'm back home. It's already 1 p.m. We've eaten lunch already, and I'm actually about to read some more of my book that I was reading earlier because I actually started reading chapter 7 and I just want to finish reading that chapter. I only have a few pages left. Okay, so maybe 30 minutes. Kichan is going crazy right now. What is happening, baby? She wants the mic. Kichan is not a toy. Don't touch my mic. Don't touch my mic, baby. It's okay. No need to touch. If I seem a bit like disheveled, it's because I was actually crying over lunch because I was watching a documentary on the melting of ice caps in Switzerland and how it's impacting basically Switzerland, France, and the whole of Europe. And that was very hard to watch and I cried multiple times. So I just need to like gather myself before I start on my afternoon activities. So yeah, that's what's going on. So that's why I look a bit disheveled, perhaps. Sorry about that. Yes, I'm gonna finish reading that chapter, and then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna start on my linguistics studying. So I have research papers to read and to annotate. That's basically gonna be my whole afternoon, I guess. Perhaps in the middle, I'm just gonna go and grab a coffee somewhere because I need coffee. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's pretty much gonna be it. And I'm gonna do some language learning, like very chill immersion, perhaps. Of course, apart from the reading immersion I've already been doing in Japanese since this morning. In any case, let's start on our afternoon together, guys.
Looking at the treetops, they're covered in snow. Listen to the laughter, yeah.
And I'm done, and it took me, what, 20 minutes? It is so interesting, guys. I keep on highlighting stuff. If you're wondering what I'm highlighting, it's basically every important quote that I want to reference back later. And the whole, like, this whole chapter 7 is pretty much highlighted, like, all the way because everything is interesting. Look at that double page. The author finally like explains some of her argumentation, and it's really interesting. Let me just tell you a little bit about the book. I have 2 chapters left, but as of right now, where I am in the book, it's already a 5-star for me, a 5-star rating. I was oscillating between a 4-star and a 5-star rating before reading chapter 7, and now that I've read chapter 7, it's definitely gone to a 5-star rating. It's just like answering so many questions that I had about Japanese society and some of the habits that people have here, things that I was, wondering about for years, answering the question why we tend to not be able to read anymore when we work in today's society. And obviously, because she is a Japanese author, she focuses on Japan. But now that I've read chapter 7, and based on the titles of the last 2 chapters of the book, I'm pretty sure this same argumentation applies to basically the whole world. Like, it's not only applying to Japanese society, it's like a phenomenon that's occurring everywhere, in my opinion. And so she started the book by giving a full history and also interpretation of reading and reading habits in Japan. She very skillfully listed the most important sociological research about reading habits in Japan, and also linked to the history of work as well, and the history of companies and how it shaped Japanese society. And the whole thing is like so interesting. I'm like really the target for this kind of book. Like every single page is giving me something. Anyway, I hope to be finishing this book before the end of this week. If I'm able to, that will be wonderful. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go back to my linguistics study. So it's gonna take me a while, and also it's gonna require like a lot of focus from me, a lot of concentration. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna film while I'm doing it, but I will talk to you guys afterwards.
I've never cared much for winter. Ice and snow leaves me totally cold. But something's up each year in December. I love it like a miner loves gold. It's never about the presents, turkey or the Christmas tree. It's all about that glow in my baby's eyes that lights a fire inside of me.
So it's already 6 p.m. right now, so technically I'm done with my work day, study day. I mean, nowadays studying is also part of my work. I managed to read 2 research papers, and it's taken me basically the whole afternoon because I'm annotating them at the same time, and I'm also like researching connected publications when I find something that interests me. And since I'm reading papers that are really focusing on research that really interest me and that I need to research further, basically every referenced material in these research papers is of interest to me, so I need to collect everything, collect the data, find the papers or the book chapters, or you know what I mean, the literature. I need to find it, store it, and that also takes time. So basically it took me the whole afternoon, and now I am about to cook while watching some YouTube videos to relax, because even though those papers that I just read were really interesting and they fed my curious mind, I now feel very tired and also very drained, so I really need to just relax, watch something entertaining on YouTube, and I will see you later or tomorrow, depending on whether or not I do anything regarding language learning later. So that'll be it for this update. Ki-chan, you wanna say hi? Are you hungry? It's dinner time, isn't it? Are you hungry? You wanna play? Aww.
Tears in to tell me that you'll make it here in time. Yeah, this boy is on my mind. The number one thing on my wish list. Oh, sin to tell me you know that I've been good. I put the lights up just for you. You're the only one who can make my dreams come true. I could see the end until he looked my way. I used to be blue, now I'm brand new, all wrapped up in red. I keep on dreaming of his face. He just melts my heart away. I'm all glittery 'cause he makes it feel like.
Hi guys, and happy Tuesday. It's the second day of the week and I'm still deep into my reading and my studying, as you saw. I started the day feeling energized, motivated, ready to finish the next few chapters of my book, and I am almost done with the book. So it was my mission today to actually finish reading it, and I've almost completed this mission. I think I have about 30 pages left, maybe less, in fact. Yeah, 20 pages left. So that's actually what I'm gonna do right now. It is 1:30. I'm feeling much more energized today, like I said. I also think that I'm making lots of progress, in fact, because I was feeling a bit stuck for a long while, at least for like 2 weeks. I was feeling stuck with what I was reading because I was in the middle of the books I was reading, so I felt like I was not making progress that was fast enough. It was just very slow progression. You know, overall, I just have this feeling that everything I'm doing is like in progress state, and it's been like this for a long time, so I'm not, you know, starting on new things or finishing the things that I'm doing yet, and that's putting me in a slow motion state, which I don't really like. So, you know, psychologically it helps me to start new things and finish other things, just to feel like I'm doing stuff. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. So anyway, I haven't had that feeling in a while and I was feeling a bit stuck, but today I feel like I'm actually coming out of that state finally, and I'm about to finish this book that I've been reading for a long time, the last few weeks. So I feel like once I'm done reading it, it's gonna be the start of a new phase, and I'm excited actually.
The love all around us, I can feel it everywhere. The night for you and I 새로 특별한 밤. It's the night before Christmas, the night before Christmas. 지금 이 순간 널 위해 나 이렇게 노래할래. 따뜻한 맘으로 안아줄게. I'll be here.
guys, I just finished reading my book. It took me a while because I took loads of notes. Towards the end, I had a lot to take notes about, and in fact, I will also write a full review about the book because there are so many things that I need to recap for myself to remember it later, to not forget about it. Now I really need to get on with other activities, so I'm just gonna update my reading log now and indicate that I finished this book today, and I will also rate it. It's without any surprise a 5-star rating, of course. Once I'm done with that, I will do some YouTube video editing because I need to start editing this vlog that you're watching. We also went on our afternoon walk earlier, which was really great. The air is crisp outside. It's really nice weather at the moment. I really like it. Yeah, that's it for this little update, guys.
All year long I've been keeping track of when I've been naughty and
Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. What time is it? 15 minutes to 10 in the morning, and I'm at home. I'm not at the cafe this morning because originally we were meant to go, but I actually slept in a little bit. I needed to sleep. So we are here, and I'm about to do my morning reading session right now. I've got my coffee right here. All right, and since I finished my nonfiction book yesterday about why we stop reading, today I will be continuing on my reading of Kokoro by Natsume Soseki, and I'm already past the halfway mark in this book. I think I'm at 60%, so I'm on page 182. I'm already in the last part of the book. I really don't want it to finish because I am loving this reading, loving this book. And I'm actually not going to tell you more than that because I'm doing an entire vlog, a reading vlog, focused on this book and 2 other pieces of literature, of Japanese literature. So I'm just going to spend about an hour reading now and then move on to my other activities. So I'm doing a, Japanese literature session this morning. So it's like I'm doing a side quest. I have almost as a side curriculum, as if my linguistics curriculum was the main one and Japanese literature was my elective or something. Doing everything on my own, obviously. So it's my own curriculum. Anyway, let's read. Ki-chan, papa 遊ばないからおいで。いい子だね、おしゃ。ここビビ。
I can tell I've done more good deeds than I've told.
Alright guys, I'm done reading for now. It's been an hour already. I'm almost at the 200 page mark, but I'm gonna stop reading for now. So this is where I am. Next time I'll read chapter 12 within part 3, and I'm on page 198. That's gonna be it for now because I do have other things to do today, and I'm gonna focus on linguistics for the rest of the day. This was a very interesting reading session. I learned a lot actually about the second main character's life, and so this was very, very interesting.
I can only hope that Santa Claus and my
Alright guys, I'm home now. I'm gonna make lunch right here, and right now I feel very, very motivated to eat lunch as quickly as I can so that I may start on my linguistics studying for the day because I have a lot of motivation to study today, so I can't wait to start here first for the first 2 hours of the afternoon, and then I'll move to a pretty cafe that I love going to get an extra boost of motivation in the middle of the afternoon. So that's the plan for now. Let's see how I feel after eating lunch.
Jingle them bells and frolic. Oh, by gosh, some stolly. Eggnog, gin and tonic make Yuletide gay and jolly. Same procedure every year. I just can't get enough. I drink till Rudolph reappears, a toast to him, that red-nosed dear. Jingle them bells and frolic, it's the best day of the year. Come fly.
Hi guys, it's the afternoon. I'm about to start studying linguistics now. Alright, so this is what we're working with this afternoon. So this is module 3 of my course, Miracles of Human Language, an Introduction to Linguistics on the Coursera platform. And as you can see, I'm about to start it because I've only watched the first video, the intro video in this new module, and I still have an hour and 22 minutes of videos left, an hour of required readings left, and one graded assignment to do. So I'm not going to be able to do everything today. At 2:30, so right now it's 1:15 in the afternoon, I need to go to the cafe and then I will have some video editing to do for YouTube. So I will resume my studying another day during the week. But for today, I'm gonna at least try and watch all of the videos, go through the discussions, and maybe some of the readings. Alright, so that's the goal. Now, let's get to it. Alright guys, so I've come as far as the last lecture, well, the last video in the lecture part of module 3, so I'm almost done with the main part of the module, but the last video is actually an interview with the professor Noam Chomsky, who's an eminent professor in the field. I mean, I just started studying linguistics this year in September, and right from the beginning I knew his name because he's just talked about a lot and mentioned a lot everywhere. So my point is, I don't want to go through this interview right now. It's 28 minutes and I really want to like sit down, and right now is not the right time, so I will do it later today or later during the week. I just want to take my time with it. I think it's a very important video. You know, people talking about the course and reviewing the course all mention this video because it's like quite a big thing to have had Professor Chomsky intervene in the course. So I'm really excited to watch this video. Now it is 15 minutes past the time I wanted to go to the cafe, so I'm just gonna go now and we're gonna do some video editing actually.
2,000 years later.
Alright, I'm back home now. This was a nice editing session, and now I'm actually going to eat something, a strawberry eclair, while watching the interview with Professor Chomsky. I'm very excited.
What is it about language that you think is so fascinating that you've kept on studying it?
Well, language has been recognized for centuries by philosophers, by scientists, Descartes, Darwin, long list, as the essential, unique human endowment. And it is a kind of the human essence in a way. It's the source of our creativity, our originality, our ability to think and plan in ways that are unique in the animal world.
Actually, we've eaten dinner pretty early today, and so it is only 7 p.m. right now, which means I still have some time to do my stuff. And so what I'm gonna do is continue editing the vlog that you're watching right now for like 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna continue reading this book, which is a huge manga collection by Ito Junji. This is the 11th one, the last one in the entire premium collection, and this one is called Kaidan right here. So this is very horror manga. Sorry for the very gross cover, but actually this cover really represents the tone of the book this time, because honestly all of the stories are really gross this time. I'm happily surprised because I love horror and I like when it's getting hardcore horror, so yeah. Alright guys, so it took me a bit longer than I expected because I actually wanted to push through it a bit more, so I took 30 minutes more than I thought as per my schedule. So now it's already 8 p.m, but doesn't matter, I'm still going to continue reading my book. I am on... oh wow, I'm already quite advanced in the book actually. Wait, where am I? I can't find... okay, it's here. I'm on page 302 already. Oh wow, I'm already much more advanced than I thought I was. And this book is exactly 444 pages long, so let's go.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas.
Hi guys! Happy Thursday. It's Thursday today, right? I'm not even sure. Happy Chinese Day, because I have been studying Chinese since the beginning of the day. Right, Kichan? I think she's excited that I'm back home now. That was a very good study session, in fact. I'm sorry you didn't see much of it because I realized afterwards that my camera was out of focus. I forgot to put it in 0.5 zoom out, so you couldn't see me. I was actually blurry, sorry. But I managed to get in my listening practice session this morning with vocab extraction from one of Vicky Soup's vlogs. And then I finished reading chapter 2 of Hua Mulan story on Do Chinese, and I also started chapter 3. And actually I'm about to wait for my tutor and the start of our class this morning. Today's Chinese lesson is actually going to be my last for 2024, and I have yet to do my recap and then to tell you guys how many lessons I've had this year in total, because I don't even know myself, so I need to count. Also guys, I just wanted to mention that as you saw earlier, I originally started reading Hua Mulan without the pinyin on the characters on the Hanzi, and this was because if you followed my progression these past few months, I stopped using the pinyin on most characters and I left the pinyin. You have this functionality on the Chinese. I left the pinyin on the more difficult characters only, and this was because I didn't need the pinyin anymore. I knew how to read the characters themselves, so I didn't want to have the pinyin because it was hindering me in my reading process. So I just stopped using the pinyin a while ago, but then because I just finished learning the tones with my tutor, I now need to put the pinyin back on because I actually need the tones now to remember them because I haven't learned them yet. So even on the simplest characters, I don't know the tones, so I do need the help of the pinyin plus the tones now while I read, because when I read, even in my head, I now need to, add on the tones on top of the pinyin to make sure I remember them and I memorize them correctly, because that's very important. Until now, I was just reading without tones, basically. I wasn't even trying to put the tones on because I knew that I would get it wrong anyway. So now that I can do it, I really need to put in the efforts and read with the tones. So anyway, that's that. It's almost the time of my lesson now, so I'll see you later, guys.
早上好，
早上好。
早安。
早安。
You can type Chinese.
Oh, I could type Chinese already. I have the Pinyin simplified keyboard on my computer.
Okay.
So I can type, but I don't have the software you showed me last time, you remember? Last time you showed me...
Okay.
Yeah, that one I don't have. I just have like the regular keyboard.
One.
Yeah.
ちょっと待ってね。
Hi.
So I also prepare the tone exercise and also the pinyin rules. 手表。
手表。
You should put the emphasis in the second one.
Yeah.
表。
手表。老鼠。
Yes.
洗手。
Yes. 洗手。
勇敢。
Yes, very good. 勇敢。
Just finished my lesson, guys. It was amazing, and she's gonna send me loads of exercises because I asked for homework for the first time because I'm not gonna see her for the next few weeks. So I'm gonna have loads of exercises to do in Chinese. I'm really happy, and yeah, that was a super good lesson. We've seen all of the pinyin rules, so I can't wait to start on the new lessons next year with her. That was amazing. I'm so happy. Guys, I feel so full right now. I've just eaten my weight in ramen. That was delicious, but I feel very sleepy as a result. So I'm gonna actually update my weekly study goals list right here because I'm doing more than I thought I would. And I also forgot to write that I had a Chinese lesson as well. So I'm gonna correct this now. And also I want to put on some stickers because I forgot. So here is the sticker sheet that I'm about to use. It is beautiful. It is from Daiso. Yeah, it's from Daiso right here. I'm probably going to put on, all things related to Christmas because it's almost Christmas. Crazy. Right, so here is my page now. So I have added my lesson goal for Chinese here, and I've also added module 3 of my course Miracles of Human Language on Coursera because I actually forgot to put it there. Now I'm gonna actually mark the things that I've done complete. So I've already marked down as complete my Japanese reading immersion practice and my listening immersion practice because those two things are already done. For my linguistics, I also marked down as completed my research paper reading. Then for Chinese, this is where I have completed quite a few things. So first of all, my lesson I've gone through this morning. The recap is not done yet, but I've gone through my Do Chinese reading immersion. I'm probably going to do more actually this week, but nevertheless, this goal is completed. And then my listening immersion practice I just did this morning. So this is completed. I'm only left with my recaps for all 3 areas of study and module 3 of my linguistics course. So yeah, there we go, guys. Here is my full page with the stickers added. Much prettier, in my opinion. I really like this one too. And now, in fact, because I was editing earlier and using my computer a lot, it's actually charging right now and I can't really use it. So in the meantime, I will actually finish reading my book here. So the 11th volume of the Ito Junji collections, manga collections. And yeah, I only have, as you saw yesterday, I've gone up to the last 2 stories. So I only have 2 stories left to read. One down, last one to go. Alright guys, and that's a wrap. I'm done reading volume 11 of my Ito Junji manga collection, which means that I've completed reading the entire premium collection by Ito Junji. And to be honest with you, I'm happy that I finished because it means I can read other stuff, but at the same time I'm quite sad because I paced myself reading those books because I loved them and now I have no more left to read. So yeah, I'm a bit sad. It's still a win, so I'm happy. And to celebrate now, I'm gonna take a break. Oh, and by the way, this was a 4-star read. I quite like this one. Guys, I'm gonna put this book back in its box. Bet it's gonna be very satisfying. Alright, here's the baby. The box is so big. It's not fitting in the frame. Alright, much better like this. This is the premium box for all of the Ito Junji's manga collections. And so this was the last book, the 11th one. And so let's put it back in the box. Yay, very satisfying.
Dear Santa, tell me that you'll make it here in time. Yeah, this boy is on my mind. The number one thing on my wish list. Oh, Santa, tell me you know that I've been good. I put the lights up just for you. You're the only one who can make my dreams come true. I could see the end until he looked my way. I used to be blue, now I'm brand new.
I'm done going through module 3 of my course, so what's left for me to do now is the third exam of the course, because at the end of each module there is an exam that I need to go through, and actually they're stressing me out because they're saying here, let me show you. Challenge yourself. About 89% of learners didn't pass this exam on their first try. Alright, well, I'm gonna try my best, okay? Well guys, I didn't pass. I've got almost a 70%, but I didn't pass, so I will have to wait 8 hours until I can actually try the test again. I'll just try again tomorrow, probably. I'm actually gonna call my friend now, and I don't know whether I will see you afterwards, otherwise I will see you tomorrow, guys. Hey guys, good morning. So the first thing I'm going to do this morning is trying to get my test right on my linguistics course module 3, and then once I'm done with that, we'll see what I do. For now, that's the main thing I want to do. I just want to get this test right. So guys, I'm so happy I passed the module, but actually I'm gonna start studying on the next module because it's too interesting, and the next one I'm very excited about because it's about meaning, the study of meaning, pragmatics and semantics. So watch me go. I can't stop actually. My study session this morning was like so interesting that I feel I could basically continue like this and study for like the whole day and then the whole weekend after that. But I had to stop at some point because I have other things to do as well, and I do want to prioritize those as well. So I cannot just like entirely focus on linguistic studying, even though I would really like to be honest with you. And also I'm stopping there because there is definitely a chance of having my head explode, literally. Just on the topics of semantics, this was so interesting that I then went on to look for actually books and textbooks on the topic, and I found so many that my reading list of non-fiction books in English and Japanese just expanded of like 30 books. I'm probably never gonna get around to reading all of this, but I've got them on my list, and sometime in the future I will prioritize those and categorize those, first priority, second priority, and then the third category will be like maybe someday I will be able to read that. So yeah, that was a hole that I definitely fell into this morning, but that was really interesting. And so the update is that I am now at 62% completion on my Miracles of Human Language course. Now, it really means that I need to get on with lots of other things this afternoon. So the first is going to be YouTube video editing, because I need to, of course, edit the vlog that you're watching because it's coming up on the channel tomorrow. Then I'm actually going to dive into my recaps for Japanese language learning and Chinese language learning in preparation of my 2024 language learning recap video, which will come up on the channel probably next year. So I'm not going to waste any time, and right now, because I've just eaten and I'm in the early afternoon slump and I can't really concentrate on anything, I will first start with video editing. So see you later, guys. Wish me luck. Guys, it is already 3 p.m., exactly 3 p.m., and so it is now time for me to start on my language learning study recap for Chinese and Japanese, and also for Russian, of course, because I've studied Russian this year, but it's not on my list actually. But I'm also going to do the recap for Russian, and because I'm gonna film the process to be part of a video that will be dedicated to, my 2024 language learning recap. I will not film for this vlog, so I will see you guys afterwards. But I bet it's gonna take me a long time. So I'll see you guys probably this evening, actually. Ki-chan, you gonna help Mama do the recaps? Aww. Thank you, baby. Right, guys, so I'm done with the main part of my recaps, my language study recaps. It's taken me an hour and a half. Actually, not that long. I filmed at the same time, so that's also why it took me a bit more time. Let me briefly show you what it looks like. It's actually quite scary, and I think this is absolutely not understandable by anyone but me at the moment, so I really need to put that in digital format, and then I'll present it to you guys in my 2024 recap video. But right now, as it is, it's absolutely not intelligible, so don't look at it too much. Actually, guys, now is the time for us to do a recap of everything I have studied this week, because I'm actually pretty much done with almost everything. Let me show you. Apart from my linguistics recap, which I will basically finish this weekend anyway, done with my recap of all the studying I've done for Japanese in 2024. I've just done that. Same for Chinese. I've just done that. And I'm also done with going through module 3 of my linguistics course. So there you go. That concludes our main study week. Okay, well, so I was editing my vlog for like the last 2 hours almost, and it's now 8 p.m. so I'm about to do some fitness, probably Pilates. I'm hesitating. I'll probably do like a heat session very quickly, like 10 minutes, and then Pilates. Then I'll jump into the bath and I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, so I'm done with my fitness and I've also taken my bath. So actually now I'm about to choose a new book to read in Japanese. Hopefully something that won't take me long, because ideally I would want to finish it before 2024 ends. So yeah, something that I could read rather quickly, probably fiction, but honestly I'm not sure about that. So I'll just go through my home library right here and decide what I think is best. Ki-chan is here to help me as well. Ki-chan. So yeah, I'll try and find something fitting.
I've never cared much for winter.
Well guys, in the end I chose Kichin by, what's her name, Yoshimoto Banana? Yeah, Yoshimoto Banana, which is quite a famous piece actually of modern literature. Yeah, 1988. So it's fiction, and you've got the first story, which is Kitchen. Then you've got Mangetsu Kitchen Ni, so number 2. And then the last one is Moonlight Shadow. We'll see what this is about, but I'm guessing those are 3 separate stories, but somehow linked. It's quite short, actually. It has less than 200 pages, so it's 197 pages long. And I just read the first page, and actually it seems that the language is not very hard at all, especially compared to what I'm reading now, compared to Kokoro. So anything else I think is gonna feel much more simple than Kokoro anyway. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the one, and so I'm gonna start reading it now, in fact. So there we go guys, I'm gonna start reading this book, this new book right now. I'm not gonna film, I'm gonna end this vlog here. But I really wanted to do it properly guys, because this is the last weekly vlog of the year 2024, so You will have another video on the channel next week, which will be, of course, my December study recap. So I will see you once more before the end of the year, but nevertheless, I know that not all of you watch my study recaps, so I really wanted to thank you guys. Thank you for watching this vlog until the end, but also thank you for watching all of my vlogs this year. I think you guys really enjoyed my vlogs, so that's really a format that I want to continue on the channel. Don't worry, in 2025 I'll definitely still vlog a lot, actually, because I really enjoy vlogging, especially do study vlogs, because this is what I'm most comfortable with since I'm constantly studying, so it doesn't require much effort from me. Definitely it's the easiest thing to film for me, so you'll get some vlogs, some study vlogs in 2025 to accompany you in your own studies, guys, and to motivate you, I hope, and to inspire you to study languages more and perhaps your own field of study if you're studying something else as well. I hope to inspire you there too, to stay focused and to be proactive with your studying all the time and to feel enthusiastic about your studying. So I hope I managed to do that this year. Thank you again for following me along, and I will see you in another vlog very soon on the channel. それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。またね。
조개나게